Hey everyone, welcome to our video series Canal Days, and thanks for joining us for today's episode of the guardhouse located within the Whiting Street Reservoir in Holyoke, Massachusetts. I am your host Carrie, here with my co-host, local historian and founder of the Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Comoon. As your personal tour guide, Robert will lead you through some of the most iconic sites and their legends of historic significance throughout New England's preeminent and pivotal state of Massachusetts. With his expert insights, every monuments and memorial story comes to life. Afterwards, don't forget to check out his website, holyokecanaltour.org, to access the full Canal Days video and podcast series. Also, check out his free in-person public tours he offers throughout Western Mass and the 2025 schedule for these special events. You can also book personalized private tours for groups of all sizes, tailored to your interest. To discover all that and much more, remember to log on to holyokecanaltour.org. Be sure to keep an eye out for our next episodes of Canal Days, and thanks for watching.
So here we are at the Whiting Street Reservoir, Holyoke, Massachusetts. Until the year 1909, this was part of Northampton, but the Holyoke owned the reservoir. And we're going to point out what's called the guardhouse today. And we're on top of the hill behind the chlorination plant. And look at here. There's actually a piece of concrete here. Right, the concrete is in the ground right there, and I'm going to follow part of it. And it goes into the brush over there. It goes into that brush. Now over here, when it comes out here, you can still see it's a raised surface right here. And so it comes out about this far, and then it starts going over. And somewhere under here is the back portion of the concrete. And you follow through it. I can feel it's really hard right there. It's under there. If you come here in the month of like March, when it's exposed after the winter, the snow has taken the grass off and the dirt off, and you can see it going around in a rectangle. So that's the guardhouse. And what were they guarding? A person would live here the whole day long and overnight too. And what were they guarding? They were guarding a reservoir that was downstream of the Whiting Street Reservoir. Alright? And this guardhouse was made in the 1880s when that other reservoir was in place, but not the Whiting Street. So there was a reservoir in like 1881 called the Intake Reservoir. So now what we're going to do is we're going to point out things around. There's the chlorination plant. And we've had pictures and videos of that one already. Now, near the outdoor porta potty, that's where the dam is for the intake reservoir. And we had a video for that one. So the guard here would be the taking care of the reservoir out there. And there was barbed wire all around the intake reservoir. And he was part of the Holyoke and Northampton police system. So he was deputized to be with a gun and could make arrest if anyone tried to disturb the water. Alright, so now we're going to make a circle around this area. I'm going to point out the different pieces that are around here. There used to be an old road into the brush right there. There was no upper road, so that was the road into the upper reservoir called Whiting Street. It went right by the fire hydrant into the brush down this large valley here. Okay, that road there now goes to the Whiting Street Reservoir. Behind us was a road that was made after the hurricanes of the 1930s. They made an emergency road from the upper spillway into this area, so you had more access into the dam from different directions, just in case. And then notice they put a big grass berm here, and it's still very nice. They did that after they took out the Century House, and they want to keep this to look nice because the Holyoke Waterworks, who own it, make all their property look very, very nice. So now we come around back to the Century place. You can see behind it, it's a valley. You would see it better if you were here, but there's a brook down there. It's called the Roaring Brook, and it's finishing off the end of itself. This is a water source for Holyoke. Now, where are the pipelines? The pipelines are going right into the chlorination plant. They come under that, and then they go downhill for about half mile until you reach Route 5. And then it connects with the big mains, and you have water. Now, this hasn't been used for about 30 years, and so it's only an emergency place, but it's still capable of having water delivered. Okay, so this is one of my stops in the Whiting Street Reservoir, and I thank you for coming along. Okay.